Just want to smoke. I want to smoke weed. I want to smoke cannabis. I don't care. I just want to numb myself. Like I feel. The video you just saw was recorded on a day where everything just seemed to fall apart. That day I went to an away game of my club and saw us lose against the last team. And we really needed those points because we're not doing much better. This frustration I had made me drink way too much. And I impulsively decided to ask someone for a bit of cocaine, which made things so much worse. I thought I felt clear-headed, but I was just emotional and aggressive, therefore. This made me act out in front of the group of fans, which is a shame. I feel ashamed for doing that. I returned home that day already feeling worse. But then a friend called me to ask me for a bit of advice and help because he was dealing with suicidal thoughts, and I should have never taken that call because I feel like I made things worse. I aggravated him a bit. He just ended off the call with saying, "I cannot do this." And we have talked since, but at that point I felt so bad. I was also dealing with the decision that I decided to stop with my education, which is a big deal. A lot of my life centers around my education, my friends, my home, my club. And that came up. I felt like a loser. This also, I recently had a lot of conflicts with people I care about. I'm basically socially rejecting them so I can protect myself from being socially rejected. And that's hurting people, but also me. I can pretend sometimes that I don't care, but emotionally, it's a drag. And that made me impulsively decide to relapse in using cannabis, which to me is very important for my mental health, to stay far away from that shit. But I use this all as an excuse to cut myself some slack and return to my old habits. It didn't take long after returning to Belgium for my parents to notice this. I brought weed in the house, which they find unacceptable, which is unacceptable. After getting caught, they were so disappointed. They told me this could have been prevented and you would have felt better about yourself too. Strong, that you were resilient enough to not relapse. I told them that I wasn't gonna smoke any cannabis anymore, but by returning to cigarettes, which was a lie. So I got to smoke cigarettes, which I'm still doing now, and sneakily also smoke my joints for about 2 weeks. in those 2 weeks, I went back and forth over the border to get my supplies that I needed for my high, to mentally suppress, numb myself. In those 2 weeks, I got caught by the police at the border. This is the 3rd time already, which is an expensive joke. I might even have to appear in front of a judge for a repeated offense. Now, I've been clean for 4 days now. I feel quite miserable, because reality hits, of course. You cannot run permanently from that. And I feel unmotivated towards continuing to be a non-smoker, because I feel like I've disappointed myself and you guys too many times in too short of a time. And I want to do this seriously. I think about it every day that I want to stop, but I want to prepare for it properly like I did the first time. I didn't see the same attitude in my first attempt, or in my second attempt, that I saw in my first attempt. So I will return to this idea, but now I just want to do what makes me happy. Record videos for this YouTube channel and document what I'm going through. I'm sorry that I didn't commit and that I had to fall back on my word, that my word didn't fall in line with my actions. And there's a serious amount of shame in that. But I will give myself some time, which I have now, to decide on how I want to move forward and communicate that to you later. Thank you for watching.